This is Bill's channel. I'm going to show you something. It's just a variation of what I did before. So the other day I made these Italian pinwheels, and I got a lot of response from them. People really liked them, but they were like, well, what else can you make besides Italian? I was like, well, let me try something else. So we're going to start out with the same basic idea, and to make this simple, when you're mixing the cream cheese with whatever flavor you want, it's basically an ounce of cream cheese per tablespoon of whatever you're going to put in it. The dressing I use is pretty thick. It's not runny, so it holds together. So you can kind of go a little crazy. And I still only put like 3 tablespoons in. Today I'm going to take my cream cheese and I mix it with, it's sandwich bread. This brand name happens to be Wickles. It's been around forever. I've been eating it for a long time. I really like it. But if you ever go to like Jersey Mike's, they got that red relish. It's the same concept, and I'm sure it is sold under several different names. So I got my little bowl here. Got my cream cheese. So what I do when I take it out of the fridge, just to keep it fresh, is I'm going to wrap it in a piece of plastic wrap, and then I can rewrap it after I cut off what I want, and it's going to stay fresh. Alright, so I'm going to make a couple of these for lunch today. So I'm going to take about 3 ounces. Well, if you're not really good at figuring things out and you want to weigh it, that's fine. But if I put a mark halfway, that's 4 ounces. It's an 8-ounce block, right? So if you cut it 1/2 into half, that's 2 ounces. And if you go in the middle of one of them, that's about 3 ounces. Hey, you learned something new today. Hopefully not. All right, got my 3 ounces. Just want to get this out of the way. And it really doesn't take that long to soften up. Got my trusted paper towel here. What am I going to do? You haven't seen me use a sharp knife in weeks, I think. Alright, so this is the stuff. So I'm going to go ahead, and that's a tablespoon. If I were to level it off, that is a tablespoon. I'm going to put 2 tablespoons in here. That's probably just a little less. I'm going to mix it up and see what it looks like. Sometimes when you get down towards the bottom of the jar, it's got a little more liquid in it, so that's why I want to know. That's a brand new one I just opened. I'm glad everyone liked the pinwheels, because I think they're fun. I think I'm going to call this good. I think this is a good amount. So it was, it was probably 2 level tablespoons. Enough to change color, and I see the peppers, the red peppers, spicy peppers, and like every little bit of it. So out of the way. Got that for myself. Alright, got that all whisked together. Find myself a tortilla that's not funky shape. That one's round. This one's not. Okay. So you're really putting about an ounce cream cheese and mixture on each one of these. And I used a spreader last time, and I think people are like intimidated, like I don't have a spreader. It doesn't really matter. You can do it with just a regular butter knife. I just want enough to give you some flavor. So let's go on this side. There it goes. See how easy that is. Look at how pretty it looks. Got all those nice hot peppers in there. So next thing, this is going to be like a kind of a turkey club thing. So I've got some bacon here. Now for the bacon, what I want to do, because first of all I fried it, made sure I fried it crispy, and I just took my cream cheese is good, but I fried it a little crispier so it crumbles up. So, you know, always keep in mind that we eat with our eyes first. We use all of our senses, we smell. So if something tasted good but didn't smell very good, you probably would be turned off about it. And last but not least, there's mouthfeel. And mouthfeel plays a huge role. So you always want to make sure you have some good textures going. That's huge. That's a big deal to me. All right. So I've got some turkey, and I'm going to tear it in half. Just kind of place it around on here. So I'm always trying to think of how to reinvent. So I have this great thought. As I was going through my refrigerator, I had some leftover corned beef. Now you're going to think that's really strange, but you know what? Corned beef is going to get you that extra texture that you don't always get from turkey, and I think it's going to go really well. So I'm just going to give me some corned beef. And remember, we want to keep this pretty flat because we got to roll it, right? So once again, I've got my banana peppers. I skillfully place them around. And these are so good, you know, I haven't done this in a while. These are so good that they're going to be like a monthly staple in this household. If you don't like banana peppers, you can leave them off. If you want something hotter, you can use jalapenos. That's fine. I just think this is a good kind of middle ground thing. And I like the saltiness and once again the texture of black olives, so I'm going to toss them in here. Okay. Now for cheese, I'm going to do something different. I got some nice Swiss cheese. This is like good aged Swiss cheese. So I just think it's going to add to the profile. Squish it all down. Now I want to begin that roll. And everything's going to try and walk away from you like a tidal wave. But that's okay because when we cut it, it'll be just fine. Do in this case because let's see, we got a lot. Don't too much. Cheese. Let's get this cheese back in here. Let's try this again. Now, I have experimented with this from the last time I made it. And you really want to get this in the refrigerator. I'm going to say safely you need an hour. You want everything to start to form. It's going to shape, and it's going to make it a lot easier to cut. And it's not going to get all like mushy, yucky, because that cream cheese really does give a barrier. And flour tortillas are really a better food kind of palette for this. So I like getting these right into the refrigerator. And just remember, you can use whatever you want. I thought about how many different ways I could make this, and there's a million different ways. If you got leftover stuff in the fridge, go ahead, give it a try. Just try and keep the moisture level down. We don't want to put things like tomatoes, lettuce wilts and doesn't look really great. So you want things that, you want that crispiness, you want it crispy all the way through. You could just think about things that you might, maybe I will try, like some roasted red peppers in a jar or something. Or if you roast your own peppers, that might work. But remember, you're going to want to make sure that they are left on a paper towel to soak out any of the extra juice, because a lot of that stuff, like cucumbers, sweat. Now cucumbers, if you cut the seeds out, you can probably get away with it too. But once again, if you've ever made tahini sauce, you have to cut up the cucumber, and then you put it in like a towel to soak out the extra moisture. So this can go in. You can actually have it in the refrigerator overnight. I've had these a day later and they're just fine. 2 days later, they're pretty darn good still. Just think about the ingredients you probably don't want to leave in there for a week. But anyway, so that's my next variation. As I think of them, I will give you more options. And so that being said, please subscribe, comment, ring the bell so you get notifications. Have a great time in the kitchen. Get your kids in, get your family in. Make it a family affair. You know, holidays, the summer cookout stuff is coming up. You know, get your friends over. Really impress them with the things you've learned. Tell them how smart I am and how much you've learned, and tell them that you'll give them $5 to subscribe. I'm not going to give you the $5, but you can pay them. That's the smart thing to do, right? Anyway, I hope you have a great day and enjoy. See you on my channel next week. Bye.